Hey everyone, welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Today, we've got a brand new story to share with you. So let's begin. Married to my wife Betty for 6 years, I travel for work several times a year for training and support. I never had any reason to suspect her of cheating until last year. Then I started seeing signs like her being out more, buying new clothes, and being overly protective of her phone. When I would ask her questions, she would give me vague and evasive answers. Also, our sexual life wasn't as good as it used to be. I had a couple of conversations with her, and she assured me we were fine and that she was just focusing on improving herself. Still not satisfied, I cloned her iPhone to my iPad, and I was able to read her texts and emails, including a bunch she had tried to delete. It was so much worse than I thought. She was talking with several guys and had slept with most of them. I took screenshots of everything, including pictures they had traded. She was meeting them at our house when I was out of town on business. I spent a whole day at work just rereading everything and trying to make sense of it. I had another trip planned that month, and all I could think about was what was going to happen while I was gone. The next day, I made a plan to confront her, but I wanted more evidence so she couldn't deny it and say I was delusional. So I rigged up 2 IP cameras, one in the living room and another in our bedroom, and hooked them to my NAS box. When I got back from my trip, I had more than I bargained for. She had 2 different guys over while I was gone, and what really floored me was seeing her enjoy acts with them that she never would do with me. I did a deep dive and found out all the personal info on the guys she was talking to. Both of the guys on the video are married, and one is even a deacon at our church. I had another trip a week later and got more videos with a third guy. I was home for about 3 weeks straight and kept a close watch on her, volunteering to go on errands with her and such. Then I told her I had to go to Phoenix on short notice, but I would only be gone 2 to 3 nights. Sure enough, she set up a date while I was gone. So I faked a trip to the airport and checked into a local hotel with the plan of showing up at the house 20 minutes before her date was supposed to show up. I got to the house and let myself in, and I found her getting ready. She was shocked to say the least. I showed her the videos and said I knew everything and we were done. She pleaded with me to stay and work things out. She promised to change and said how ashamed she was. I told her she would have to cut all contact with the guys she had hooked up with, and if anything like this ever happened again, I would be out the door. I said she needed to make a list of who she slept with and when. If she wasn't completely honest, I would know, and we were done. We also had to go to couples counseling to get to the root of why she cheated. In the meantime, I contacted her 3 affair partners in person and showed each of them a short video clip featuring them. I said they needed to block all contact with my wife, even so much as a text or call, and I would find out and send those clips and text messages to their families, friends, and coworkers. We did the therapy, and things were better for almost a year. One thing I never told her was how I found out and that I could still read her texts and emails. Trust me, she started a conversation with a guy, trading nudes and sexting, falling back into her old habits. I set up another fake trip, and she set up another date at our house. This time, I waited down the street in a rental car and watched the guy walk into my house. I walked in on them in the bedroom with my cell phone recording. I started cursing and yelling at the top of my lungs. It scared both of them and they jumped up. She was crying and he was trying to get his pants back on. He ran out and I went in to confront my wife. I told her we were done and she needed to leave. She pleaded with me and promised to make it up to me. I said she had 48 hours to confess to her parents and friends how she threw away our marriage before I started sending out her video highlight reels to everyone. I tracked her new AP down and sent their text messages and the cell phone footage to his wife. Betty, MSDBXW, has called me several times. She is in panic mode. Her new AP has told her about his wife getting my email package, and Betty is begging for mercy and for me to stop. At this point, I just want to sit back and watch the world burn. I showed my evidence to my best friend and his wife. He said to move on, but his wife is siding with my darker side. She said to expose all her partners and go scorched earth. I'm torn right now as I realize I'm still in pain and just want to lash out, so I might not be making wise decisions. The one thing I do know is that I don't want her to spin this breakup into being my fault. Tuesday morning, I got a call at work from Betty, and she is in shock. She just got served the divorce papers. Kudos to my lawyer for expediting that. She says she understands but wants to talk things out. I have spent the last couple of days in a hotel, but I told her we could talk when I came home. She said it felt like her life was coming apart at the seams. She got a call from our pastor's wife saying it would be best if she resigned from the committee she was on at our church. 3 out of 4 of her APs have contacted her about having their lives blown up. 2 are confused because they followed my suggestions and cut all contact with her in exchange for my silence. Her best friend called her crying because she and her husband were fighting after I talked to them the other night. I asked if she had told her family or any of our friends yet, and she said just a few. I said I would be reaching out to them soon to let them know if she hadn't. She swears she still loves me and wants to stay with me. I told her I should have left her when I found out she cheated the first time. I told her I had copies and read every email and text she had sent or received for the last 3 years, along with her Snapchat, so I knew everything. All the conversations and all the trading of pictures and videos, even the ones she thought she had deleted. I said there was no way I could trust you, and without trust, there could be no future or love. The only thing left for us to do together is divorce and go our separate ways. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories like this. See you next time.